great
I am
game.
streaming. Hello. Welcome
Well, shoot.
everyone. He's deciding to interrupt me. Today we're playing some Hollow Knight. This is the Voidheart edition, as obviously. So, yeah, we're just gonna be chilling here, talking, having some fun with Hollow Knight. 30 hours into this game, still haven't even beaten it, and we're starting a new game.
Hi, folks. I'm just some dude who doesn't have an invite, so I can't really see what's happening right now, but I'm here.
Didn't invite you? How do I invite you?
Technical difficulties are fantastic.
Ah, gosh, how do I invite you?
You have to start a share play. I love Hollow Knight, even though I've never played it. I have seen.
You can't do share play
Fantastic.
while you do this. Oh, here it is. Hold up, I'm working the main
And the
frame.
technical difficulties.
Many things could have factored into the technical difficulties. Oh, we got our opening cutscene here.
Joining up. And your first viewer, hi. Fantastic.
I decided to switch back to this format for when I'm streaming. That way I can see the comments on the side. I'll have to check my phone every 5 seconds.
Alright, well, obviously I've got a delay like last time, but it is what it is, who cares?
Yeah, we'll roll with it. Oh, here's our little bug buddy.
See that viewer there, that guy? That's me. That one viewer. Because I can't go full screen for some reason, but screw it, I'm here. Oh, yes I can. I just have to press square. Haha.
Look at him. He's adorable.
Right, it looks hand-drawn. I love that
for
art
these
style.
For these streams, we are officially dubbing this man Swanson.
Swanson.
This is now Swanson the Knight.
Why?
I don't know. It just sounds like a cool. It just suits him. Little
Okay.
30 hour into this game, give you a little tip from someone who's played this game for 30 hours. Go this way. We can't get up that way yet, so. A game by Team Cherry. Do 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 do.
Look at him go.
Ah. Ow. Oh, give me the Geo.
Interesting how they do the credits there. Non-invasive.
Yeah, it's a good way of doing it. It suits the. It's a very lonesome and kind of solemn theme to this opening. A very solemn tone, and it just suits that solemn tone very well.
Interesting background too. I see statues and whatnot. They look kind of like the character.
These words are for you alone. Your great strength marks you among us. Focus your soul and shall achieve feats of which others can only dream. Nice. Come on, Mosquito.
I like games that put lore in the background that you kind of.
Yeah, this is definitely one of those types of games. Granted, if you try to just go through this game and ignore the lore, you are gonna end up confused. Like, especially once you get to the DLC. Ow. I really wanted those Geo.
I don't know if it is hand-drawn, but it looks hand-drawn, and I love that.
This
It's a
game was a
gorgeous art style.
Kickstarter game.
Kickstarter. Nice.
This is, in my opinion, one of the few good things that have come out of that website. But yeah, this game, the creators, Team Cherry, they're great people. They had Kickstarter goals for the game, so like after a certain amount of money, they would put an effort to put certain things into the game. Well, some goals weren't met, and a couple of those goals that weren't met, they went ahead and kinda did anyway in DLC. And mind you, all of the DLC for this game is free.
Well, that's nice.
There's 4 DLCs, and they came as updates. So they're free. They come with every edition of the game.
So Silk Song, that looks like the newest DLC, right?
It's it's gonna be a DLC. You might as well call it its own game, truth be told. It's that big in scale, it might as well be its own game. Oh, you're about to see some pro skills here.
Okay, yeah, I'm on their website, and they are straight up calling it a sequel, so that's exciting news.
Higher beings,
Similar
these
art
words
style.
are for you alone. Within your lands, do not hide your true form. Let all bask in your majesty, for only this kingdom could produce one such as you. Anyway, what were you saying? I'm sorry.
Oh, it's on their website talking about looking at Silk Song information, and they're straight up calling it a sequel, so that's exciting news.
Yeah,
More Hollow Knight in the future.
I'm looking forward to it. It looks really good. I'm excited to see where Team Cherry goes with the lore, because you haven't played this game, have you?
Not yet.
Well, if I keep, I should hopefully end up keeping up with these streams at some point. So, eventually, if you don't ever get around to playing Hollow Knight, you can always run through these for a quick what happened. But, yeah, some interesting stuff happens towards the story-wise in the last DLC. And it's gonna make things kind of interesting for the sequel, if that ending is technically canon now, or not. Because I assume it's canon, but this game has quite a few endings. And if that's a canon ending, the canon ending, I don't know where Silk Song could go. That's not gonna get really interesting really quickly. Like, they would have to purposely try to disconnect it for the lore to not be interesting with how they ended it.
Well, let's talk about the style here. 2D games. Despite 3D games being the usual usual way that people play games nowadays, I'm glad to see 2D games are still alive and well. And they keep everything fresh, especially this game.
One of the beauties about 2D games, especially modern day 2D games, is you notice a lot of the times, since there's no real focus on making a 3D environment, they usually have some very interesting gameplay mechanics. That, and sometimes both, a really good art style to boot. This Hollow Knight's one of the rare few that's both a good game with creative mechanics and a good game in terms of art style and visuals, and the sounds, like,
In order to be
that is
memorable,
an amazing soundtrack. This game has a fantastic soundtrack.
that's part of it, yeah. Soundtrack, definitely. You have to kind of go above and beyond here. But they did such a damn good job. The art style, the soundtrack is so unique. Just kind of draws you in. You want to know what's happening.
Oh yeah, they did a good job of that.
Gameplay mechanics, although hard, it's rewarding. as well.
Oh yeah, the first time I beat Hornet, oh, I had made like 40 or 50 attempts beforehand. And when I finally beat her in that second encounter that we're gonna see eventually, oh, that was so satisfying. Spoiler alert, by the way, oopsie daisy, ah well. I'm probably gonna be doing that second Hornet fight a lot sooner this playthrough. Because I didn't find Kingdom's Edge until, gosh, 20 hours in. Because I didn't think there was a false wall where there was a false wall, and that was like the main entrance to that section without going through like a massive fucking roundabout of bullshit.
So is this one of those games where you have multiple options and there's no specific direction, or does it kind of tell you where you need to go?
Metroidvania. The term Metroidvania fits this game very well in that question. Because, well, yes, I could technically go anywhere on the map. I would very quickly become roadblocked because I don't have specific upgrades yet. So you're kind of forced to go a specific direction, but the farther in the game you go, the more pathways they're going to open up to you.
Okay, so you will visit previous areas from time to time,
yeah,
because you can go
yeah,
further.
Definitely. This game, oh gosh, you do a lot of backtracking. The amount of mindless wandering I have done to try to figure out where I need to go is palpable.
No doubt there are secrets, too, you can only find
of
once you have
course.
certain powers. Love secrets.
I love Coral. Coral's good people.
That's what Metroidvania does pretty well, I think. They encourage you to explore as much as you possibly can, because you just never know what you can and can't do until you get a new
Like
power,
this right
and it
here.
opens up new areas.
This is a prime example of what you were saying about going back to previous areas. This is gonna be a spoiler here, but this right here, this is the door to the final boss. Our goal is to make those 3 masks no longer be glowing. So, this right here, not even 20 minutes, not even 15 minutes into the game, we're in front of the door to the final boss, just no real way to get in.
Yeah, that's an interesting strategy. Sometimes it's right there in front of you. Hey, you gotta get strong enough, or you gotta do certain things.
Yeah.
Here's what you do. It's an interesting approach. Definitely encourages exploration. And
So what do I need?
you want to look at
first.
every little nook and cranny, you know?
First
And I love that.
Map, so I can figure out where I need to go. Because the map does help. Although Crossroads I have virtually memorized.
I've played a lot of games like that. And I dare to say that 2D games do it a little better than 3D games sometimes.
Just remember this area. This is the Crossroads is a great starting zone. And that'll become more apparent as to why later.
I pay attention to everything in the background. There are hints.
Because this zone kind of connects to the 3 branching zones, so you end up coming here a lot. And this is the zone that's just before, or that's just after the main town hub. So every time you want to go, you know, to the shop or something, you'd come back here, but then for a little while, you'd have to jump back down here into the crossroads to get away back to where you were going. Because fast travel isn't an easy commodity this early on in the game.
In terms of difficulty, do you think the average person could probably get through the game with a little bit of effort, or is it something that you have to
It's gonna
get
take
really
some
good at?
patience. You are gonna need to get good if you want to 100% the game, you're gonna need to get good. The hardest challenge, excluding the final story boss for the easiest ending, is gonna be the Watcher's Knights. The other required bosses are you can wrap your head around and execute pretty quickly. But, the Watcher Knights, they require a bit of prep, and it can get tedious if you try to bullhead it.
Are there ways to grind to get stronger, or is it just something you have to learn the patterns for?
It's not exactly pattern-based either, because there is some semblance of what some would refer to as builds in this game. Because, if you recall earlier when I sat down on that bench, I went and equipped something that was called a charm. And there's a few of those in this game, and they all do unique things. So, it really depends on what charms you have access to and what build you're trying to go for. I might be able to do this.
Okay.
Oh, I can do that. I can do that. Oh, I can do that. I can do that.
So, without spoiling anything, the hardest boss in the game, how many tries would you say it
I haven't beaten the game.
Ah, right. Okay, but the hardest boss so far.
The hardest boss so far. Ooh, besides these fucking spikes. Aw, I can't. I'm gonna need Mantis Claw for that. I give in. I give in. I don't want to lose my shade this early.
On average, do you think the environment is harder than bosses?
Oh, there is a zone in this game called the Path of Pain. It has it has 2 enemies in it. That is all. It is a zone that takes very many people who complete it several hours.
Oof.
Of course.
No speedrunning then, this time.
No, if you know what you're doing, people have completed it in 3 minutes. If you are photo perfect and know what you're doing, it is cake. It's just doing that is the issue.
Yeah, shout out to all the speedrunners out there.
Oh, this game has a very dedicated community. The community for this game is honestly phenomenal. Oh, here's Cornifer. He's the map boy. It's the map boy. Hey there, buddy. It's been a while. It's good to see you.
Ah, so there is a map.
Yes, there is a map. You have to buy the map, which you will get a very crude... It's best if I show you. So, it's very... As you can see, it's kinda... Oh, this is what the zone looks like. I've got no fucking clue where I'm at right now, though. Sort of map.
Any tips for beginners?
Get good at bouncing off enemies with attacks. Because not only is it necessary for some boss fights, it is required for quite a few platform sections.
So there are a few sections out there that prioritize platforming over combat?
Yeah, there are definitely some parts that specialize platforming over combat. Trying to think, where do I need to go from here? I know I need to go fight False Knight. What's this way?
Yeah, lots of environmental hazards that you have to watch out for, I see. First time through, you're gonna get hit by a lot of them, I suspect. You don't see it coming.
No. These right here are grubs. These are a collectible item. There are 50 of these in the game, I think, and they're adorable. There you go, buddy. Go be free. And again, the Forgotten Crossroads leads to one of the paths on it leads to where you go to essentially turn them in, and you get paid in money and charms and decent stuff. Good stuff.
I noticed you have five little emblems up at the top left there. Are those...
Those are my
How many
health.
times you... Right, okay, but you can restore them
With
somehow.
that ball that's next to it with the little liquid. Once that liquid glows, that means I have 1 charge. This ball can hold 3 charges. Each charge equals 1 health or 1 spell.
How do you fill that ball up?
Attacking enemies.
Okay, so the better you do, the more chances you have to heal yourself.
Yeah, it rewards tanky builds, definitely.
Very interesting strategies can come from that then.
Which, when I first, on my first, not really first playthrough, but for much of my first playthrough, I tried to be more agile than I was tanky. But since a lot of bosses end up becoming kind of bullet helly, you ended up just needing to be able to take a few hits at the very least.
So if you had to recommend a build, you'd say go for the tanky
I'd say
build?
go for a tanky build, yeah. Some of the earlier bosses that require more precision movement, a tanky build's definitely not going to be as necessary for those, but for late game bosses, a tanky build can definitely help.
Any charms that help with that?
Oh yeah, quite a few. There's one that makes you theoretically immortal. It just depends on how frequently you get hit. Because it's essentially a slow health regeneration, but it can only recharge 1 bar. So if you get hit once, you have to keep from getting hit for like, 10 seconds or so. But if you can manage that, then hey, you've got your health back.
As the number below those health bars, is that
That's
like
my
your currency?
money. Yeah, that's my geo.
Do you lose anything upon death?
Yes. You not only does your soul vessel break, so then you lose that 3rd charge, so that vessel can only hold 2, which means you can only heal twice. You also lose all money on you unless you return to your point of death and kill your shade, which is left behind after death.
Aha. So kind of Souls-like.
Kinda. Except your souls didn't try to murder you in Souls.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Pretty brutal, but also sounds really fun, to be honest.
Oh, I shouldn't have killed that mosquito. I forgot about that grub. Oh well.
Bloodborne had something kind of like that. If you died near a certain enemy, they would steal your blood echoes, just like souls, and you could tell who they are because their eyes would they glow purple, and you have to kill them to get your stuff back.
Yeah, in
And
this
it's slightly
game,
stronger.
the shade itself is just the enemy you need to kill to get your geo and stuff back.
How hard is it really to get your stuff back, though?
Not hard as long as you hold on to your rancid eggs and don't sell them. Because eventually you unlock someone who, for a rancid egg, you can immediately summon your shade back to you and then just murder it real quick right then and there. Because the biggest pain in the ass when you die is your shade being stuck in a weird spot and you having to get all the way back to fix it.
Are there different levels of difficulty, or is the game just
It's
as difficult as
There
it is?
is a challenge mode-esque once you've gotten one of the endings, you get Steel Soul mold, which is a permadeath mode. It's got its own interesting little quirks. I'd love to try it at some point. So, yeah. Otherwise,
Okay.
it's one difficulty. There's no real easy way to go about this game.
Okay, well, I like what I see so far. I can't believe I got this game for free, too, a while back. Lacey really knows what games to release for their Plus subscriptions for a while.
Boom. That is that is the result of 30 hours of gameplay. What you just seen.
Very nice, very nice.
I just went all out on that guy. Is this? Yeah, this is the way. This is the way. Boom.
Man, I would love to see what the studio can do in the future.
I would too. I look forward to where Team Cherry goes from here. I ought to buy some Team Cherry stock. Cause I got a good feelings about him, man.
Well, if you like
Temple of the Black Egg? What?
Well, I see you like games with a bit of a challenge. Do you like roguelikes?
Yes, Isaac's was one of the first episodes on my channel. I've ended up deciding to hold off on uploading any more Isaac until the DLC comes out. Which is about 18 days from now. I've always wanted to try Enter the Gungeon. Never really gotten the chance to try that though.
It's pretty rough. I've given it a shot, but I never get past the second floor. But I think they have a cooperative mode, if I'm not mistaken.
That could be an interesting thing at some point.
I have a love-hate relationship with roguelikes. There's a game that came out not long ago called Curse of the Dead Gods, for instance. That's a roguelike.
I don't recall hearing about that one, but I'm not surprised. Roguelike seems to be semi-popular, or at least growing in popularity as of late years.
Well, it's an isometric, which means it's sort of top-down, but not completely top. Like it's a unique sort of angle. Have you heard of Hades, for instance?
I have. I haven't looked into it too much yet, though. I've heard
Hades
of it, though.
Looks amazing. It's not on console, unfortunately, but Curse of the Dead Gods is, and it's kind of similar to Hades, and it really looks pretty awesome. I think that'd be a great game to stream.
I've thought about streaming some Civilization, but I kind of want to buy the DLC first.
I think there should be more roguelikes or Soulsborne 2D-esque type things like this with cooperative modes, because having a friend there can just make things a little more fun, in my opinion.
A co-op mode definitely would. Oh, Rock has joined. Mercer, you'll have to tell me if Rock can be heard.
That's up to him. That depends on his settings.
Yeah.
Hi, say hi to the fans. All no people who are watching us.
Yeah, we're just chilling, talking about Hollow Knight. Have you
There's also like a 10-second delay.
Have you played Hollow Knight yet, Rock? Even though you have it now on PS4. What do you think about it though? Like, give us some opinions.
I don't think they can hear you, man, because when I hear the delay after 10 seconds, I don't hear your voice. Can you check your settings real quick? That
might be the issue. Ah well, we are now talking to nobody.
Yes, we sound like crazy people. Haha.
Ooh. Speaking of crazy people, this is Mila.
Hi, Mila. Well, I've been doing sort of a mock interview, and I've been asking about the game here and there. Had any
Yeah.
questions? Been trying to introduce it to people who haven't played it before. Generating interest, you know.
I need Desolate Dive for this. Damn.
I think I'm present now.
Are you
Hello,
present?
nobody?
Present. Ooh.
The ghost from a moment ago has manifested itself.
You have manifested. I just heard the 10-second delay. Hi!
Now read out your manifesto. Isn't that what you're supposed to do now that you've manifested?
I don't think that's how English works.
It's how it works in my head.
To answer the question about this game, I think it's pretty fantastic. It's I've been playing it on my Xbox because I got it there first quite some time ago when I picked it up. So I figured why start over? Even
I'm
though I
starting
do have it for
over.
free on the PlayStation.
Yeah, folks, this is the guy who likes to play every game on the hardest difficulty possible, so he knows his stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
Even though we can't
And
play
that's-
this on the hardest difficulty, because Steel Soul is a new game plus only.
Right. Sometimes you can't start there. You have to make your way there.
I don't know if you heard a loud crash, but my fucking controller fell out of my headset cable.
Your
That's odd.
controller fell out of your headset cable. How did it fit?
It's
Yeah.
connected to the bottom via that little cable thingy. Damn it. Sorry.
Ooh. Pro level gameplay right here, guys.
How many people can join a share play, I wonder?
One.
It's dumb.
Ah. Okay, so your commentary will just have to be an outside perspective.
What do you mean?
So what's new with you? No. We're keeping it loose, you know? Talk whatever you want to talk about. Philosophy... Probably not politics,
Hey, I mean, look, as uncomfortable as that subject is, it needs to be talked about. The whole head in the sand approach is really bad for the health of everything.
He's got a point there.
I'm sick of hearing about all of this.
Yeah, I'm
shit.
just sick of hearing it right now. Give me like a week, please.
It's exhausting,
A
really.
week of nothing going on, please.
I would love it if nothing happened for a week. It's like something happens every damn day.
That is how life works.
Oh. Me when I find out how life works.
Oh, it's just a part of growing up. Life sucks. Hey, how you doing? Welcome. Life sucks less when you have people who can distract you from it, like friends, you know. I didn't quite say that right. Apologies,
You don't always.
I am slightly inebriated and I can't articulate as well as I'd like.
People aren't always necessary, but distractions are certainly a critical factor.
Absolutely. Entertainment exists because life sucks. Makes me wonder what
Nice.
cavemen do to distract
Got the mask
themselves.
shard early.
Get food, kill things, rape chicks. Just a guess.
Well, damn. There goes my monetization.
Well, I'm thinking Egyptians had D20s. It
Oh,
makes me wonder
damn! There goes my
cavemen-
monetization.
and here comes some other asshole.
Welcome to the stream, UK.
We're talking about how cavemen entertain themselves. What's up?
The idea of kill things, eat stuff, and rape chicks.
I was gonna say masturbation, knocking
Why
at
masturbate when there's
and
dishes?
dick on cyber.
UK, how was Cyberpunk? Wait, can UK be heard?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay, how was Cyberpunk, UK?
I love that game. Fuck what everyone says.
Just because things have
are
rocky
minimal.
starts doesn't mean they're not good.
Yeah, just in the beginning, I only dealt with very them. Who is like screaming?
That's probably my hobby ass. Sorry, I'm off the tile now.
Despite the problems, I do love Cyberpunk. I just haven't put in the effort to really finish for some reason. I stopped, and I think I need to restart because it's a good game.
I
It's really
wanted
good.
to try it.
The thing about games that start with problems isn't about whether or not they start with problems. It's about whether or not the problems get fixed and how well they get fixed.
True.
I just didn't want to keep going for like that getting on 5, so I kind of threw missions, but like quite close to the end.
Man,
But
you are lagging.
mistake.
Beep-bop-bop-bop-bop.
UK's a robot, guys, just so you know.
Oh yeah, he's like RoboCop, only he's a vet.
Robo gamer.
Like RoboCop, but less sexy.
H2! Sorry, allergic to bullshit.
I know the thought of sexy you is bullshit.
Oh, the whole audience of nobody will very, very much appreciate that.
Ah,
I
That's where the
mean,
laugh track goes.
I can tell. I don't know. Who do I know? Who do I know?
We're doing it for fun, fuck it. Who knows? You might be a celebrity someday.
Yeah, who knows?
Forget all about us.
be the
Nah.
next Johnny Nuts.
If I become a celebrity, I'm taking y'all
Dip
with
it
me,
up,
damn
dip it
it.
up, dip it up.
Oh, we got the first
That
boss
feels like
here.
a threat.
Ruse mother.
See, the racism and the rape I don't think is going to get you demonetized. It's me and all my Disney songs and other fucking copyright infractions that will do it.
Hey, you're allowed to cuss after what, 30 seconds? And we waited long enough. Fuck it.
Yeah, we're 38 minutes into this bitch. Oh, Rue's mother's dead.
Yeah.
Oh, not done. She was a mother. Now we gotta kill the babies.
That's how
Wow.
biology works.
Yeah. You were worried about demonetization, now we're killing children. Alright.
Uh-huh.
No problem
Top
there.
that, Rock. Top that.
Well, look, alright. A recent video I've watched on YouTube by one of my favorite D&D groups. There was this one time they built an orphanage, and the mortar was orphans. Because cursed objects and stuff. And yeah, there's a whole thing.
Funny you mentioned
I think
that.
that's a YouTube thing, I think.
Funny you mentioned that because a certain somebody wants to run a D&D campaign, and I kind of wonder if you want to put that on YouTube. Except I know a certain other friend of ours doesn't like to be on the internet because he's super paranoid.
I think it'd be a good start, honestly. Like, that would be the place to dip his toes into the water.
Is
Right.
dead.
Also, he doesn't have to reveal who he is.
Domo.
He's got a
Domo.
name that's not his real name. Domo.
What about, like,
Yes, no.
fucking like full-on screamo rendition of Mr. Roboto. How about it? Yeah, man.
Did it all come? Was it still shit?
We're
There you
getting
go.
enough to put together
There's your
what you're
screamo.
saying, but it's still kind of rough.
Can I be a screamo singer now, or was that not good?
Do like a
That was more
smooth
like
jazz
borderline death
version.
metal.
Do a smooth jazz version.
I need a few
Yeah.
instruments for
That's
that.
more like spoken word.
Come on.
Yeah, smooth jazz is more about the music than the lyrics, I think.
No, you can totally do a saxophone with.
Mr. Roboto. No, maybe a little too
Double,
peppy almost.
to Mr.
Close.
Double.
But a little too
Double.
You, actually, I think you could do a cappella.
I know.
I don't want. She's too for me.
Did you see this, Mercer? Some speedrun tactics right there, dog. Like the master of Hollow Knight.
Sí, tú es maestro.
Yeah.
Pues, pendejo.
I'm learning Spanish. Hello, those viewers. God damn it.
Hey, Rock's online.
No way.
Fantastic.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I saw the same thing. Yeah, so our stream just devolves into casual conversation at some point, so this is pretty natural.
Yeah.
Hi, anybody
Right.
have a topic?
Yeah, that's
Like
kind
that?
of my
Yeah.
topic is going to be pointers for streaming and podcasting for a minute. There should always be somebody talking, you know, fill in those negative
Hold up.
spaces and stuff.
I will be right back because I hate my life.
Well, that's all right. I'm pretty sure that's a prerequisite.
Better than hating the what?
Pretty common viewpoint, yeah. Okay, so I guess we gotta carry the stream while the host is gone. Hi! What do you guys want to talk about?
So he's just a band to do, you know, typical stuff. So
Since,
we'll.
Since we're on the subject of like kind of indie-ish games that are out around lately and stuff, how about that Moonlighter?
Moonlight is great. You should play it. Everyone should.
As I press continue game.
Same.
I was actually endorsing Sundered earlier. Care to
That
comment?
game's also brilliant.
I want
Quite
play a
enjoying
bunch.
my
It's
Go.
not for me, but it's in it.
boop.
Bop, bada, bop.
Leap nope.
Okay.
So what were you saying about talking at all times?
Yeah, you know, like it's just always good to have somebody going on mic at all times, you know, filling those negative spaces, try not to have too much dead air, you know?
Yeah, I get what you mean, man. Oh, it's a big boy. Oh, nope.
Um,
Only two of us can see the things.
Right, I am watching him, but everything I see is like 10 seconds behind. So I can't comment in real time.
Nope.
Well,
I can
that's
tell that
understandable.
you're actually doing really well against this boss, actually.
That wasn't a boss. That was just a really hard enemy.
Okay, at least 10 seconds ago you were doing pretty good.
What do you mean? I'm still doing pretty good.
Fantastic, yes, I just saw you
There's a
beat him.
delay
Huh.
of 10 seconds.
We're about
Technical
to
difficulties can't be overcome in this instance, apparently.
we're about to fight
Sony,
a boss, though. You ready?
Fix your share play. How about that?
Well, it's just kind of technological shortcomings in general, really, I suppose.
All right. We're about to fight
Takes time for
the
information to
false
travel.
knight. I think it's
It
called.
also doesn't help that our whole internet infrastructure is crumbling like the rest of our infrastructure, but politics isn't for now, so
Damn it.
It's not, but I'd like to mention that there have been bills introduced to make it to, they want to force AT&T or other companies, excuse me, standard to be like 100 gigs, I think, guaranteed to everyone. And I don't see that bill passing realistically, but that would be nice.
Even if the bill does pass, it's real easy to fudge your statistics and report back just whatever the hell you want. And if it keeps in the trend with other such programs or other policies that have been instated, the profits, so they're not going to mean anything in
A certain amount, you could just do that to impose that on to impose lower restrictions on the people is just their business strategy and bullshit.
What do you think, Mercer? How am I doing?
Well, as of 10 seconds ago, I think you're doing alright. Experience. Also, back to the whole data caps thing, I have to keep reloading, apparently, so I'm probably even further behind.
Are you watching through a share play or through the stream?
He's through the
Share
stream.
play.
Ah.
Sort of. Yeah, I joined the share play, but I am technically doing both, I guess. I'm the only audience member.
Well, what do you see right now?
I get what he's... I think I understand.
You're beating this bug creature while he's sitting down and he doesn't have a helmet.
Good, so you're where I'm at. Tell me when he's dead.
Okay, he's dead.
So that's how far back you are, huh?
Yep, god damn it. My controller keeps falling off my table.
What am I doing right now?
You're attacking nothing. That's what you're doing.
Are you sure about that?
Yes. Oh, well, now it looks like the maze is collapsing into something, and now you're pushing it. Well, who cares about technical difficulties? It is what it is.
I know, I was just curious. So, UK.
Excuse me.
UK.
Yeah.
What are you doing? What are you up to?
To reset my internet,
Why?
as keep cutting out.
Wow, dead air, dead air.
Diddy, blitty, boop, boop.
Ba-da-ba-da-dat.
Beep, ba-da, ba-da, boop. Ba-da, ba-da, boop.
Well,
Ba-da-ba-da-beep.
I mean, you guys are the ones with the video of the stream directly in front of you, so I feel like the primary burden of speaking and
Well, do you want an invite? Uh-huh.
you know, part of the group,
Well,
throwing in, hanging out, good times, for all times.
what's your...
Like baby vomit in a sock upside your head.
Depends on the kind of jazz.
No, not really. I mean, it's all right. I mean, not everyone's good at it, you know. But some people are really good at it. So yes? Question mark?
I'm something of a musician. Jazz fusion's kind of interesting. You can just kind of go off on some weird tangents.
He's gone
on
off
a
about
pizza.
it. Peas are delicious. I love
Peas?
them. Everything about
You
them.
are
The
disgusting.
flavor, the texture. It's just.
I haven't tried it, but I wouldn't mind it.
Experience. It's got the right mouthfeel and just everything.
No, it doesn't.
Sure, you could not feel.
Okay, so
I've-
weirdest pizza
I think
topping.
I'd be showing you. It's me doing the mouth feeling, so aren't I showing you things in that scenario?
I think marshmallows would be kind of weird, but I kind of want to try it.
You ever Oreos on
Marshmallow
it?
pizza? I've had like dessert pizzas and stuff. I used to work at like a place called Papa Murphy's, and
We have a place
for
here
those who
called
know about it, the take and
Domino's.
bake pizza place. It's a fucking brilliant
Doesn't that
half-baked
do the
fucking
fucking
pizza idea.
burger pizza?
I think so.
I think
I mean,
diabetes.
the place I work at freezes milk and puts it in a cup.
Diabetes.
So, yay.
What about cups?
The place I work at,
kinda missed that
it
bit.
freezes milk and then puts it in a cup.
Nice.
Yeah,
Okay, so ice cream.
yeah.
Isn't that what ice cream is? Frozen milk, sort of.
Whatever.
There's a couple extra steps, but yes.
Couple extra steps. Yeah, that's
I
the start,
mean-
though. Okay, so if you had to choose between ice cream and frozen yogurt, which would you choose?
I've never had frozen yogurt, so.
I mean, frozen yogurt is good, but ice
Both are quite versatile, though. Practically
yeah, but
the
ice cream
same.
just has that hardiness to it that you don't get with frozen yogurt.
Soul catcher.
Granted, in turn to that, frozen yogurt makes for that perfect light snack. What can you do, you know? Porque no los dos?
Indeed.
Cornifer's gone. We ought to go find the grubs and then head back into Dirtmouth and see Sly. We rescued him after the Grew's mother, so...
Dirtmouth.
That's the name
Sounds
of the
like
hub
a great
town.
place.
It's...
I wonder if that's a reference to Dartmouth from Lovecraft mythology?
Could be, might be, I don't know.
Kind of. There is a somewhat kind of Lovecraft-esque kind of feel to some of the creatures.
Yeah.
Particularly, like, the big guys. I haven't made it all the way through the game, but I could see some Lovecraftian influence in, like, those three faces on that big egg and such.
Well,
Maybe.
if we want to get into
Potentially.
spoilers here,
There's
we
like a
can.
weak connection. I'd rather not.
Okay. My cat's being a dick.
I think Dartmouth is a college, but,
Also true. I do believe that there is a real-life place of this
Bapanada.
nature.
but there is also a Lovecraft story called Shadow over Innsmouth. Very fascinating story about sea creatures, I think, or some sort of weird hybrid sea creature human hybrid things. I think Lovecraft's work seeps into a lot of stuff that you would not quite expect. Very influential writer.
Yeah, Lovecraftian was an amazing writer. Sly, what's up?
You could see his work in Bloodborne, for instance.
For certain.
Definitely.
Those mass fragments could come in handy. Stalwart Shell is really nice early game. Let's go turn in these grubs that I got. Clear out some of the grubs that are still in this zone.
What exactly are the grubs?
They're grubs.
Okay. Well, they're like your family.
No, they're just grubs that have
They're
been.
just grubs.
They just got trapped in jars, and their dad wants them freed.
Everything and everyone in this universe is some kind of like bug or something like that.
Yeah, like most of the enemies are based off of actual insects.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is very much a bug world. This is think Bloodborne mixed with Bug's Life.
Yeah. So I mean, like, if it was a person, you just found a random kid and like saved it, basically. Except it's a bug or a grub in this case.
Hmm.
Is that all you got for me? Alright. I'll go find more grubs. I can get into Green Pass now, so that's probably where I'm gonna go next.
Much as I love the art style, a lot of it's... I don't know, it kind of overuses the blue a bit much. It's like very murky, very depressing
just this
blue.
first area. That's just this first area.
Yeah, the zones are quite different.
Ah. Something to look forward to, then.
Yeah, like, once I kill this thing here, that I'm fighting now, we'll be into the next area. Oh, no. I don't want to die here. I don't want to lose my shade here. Not here. I need a bench. I need a bench.
It's a pretty tough fight, huh?
Yeah. That fight's always a bit tough for some reason. I don't know why. Yeah, welcome to Green Path.
Yeah.
You die instantly when you hit the water, okay?
This game does require a bit of finesse to really handle.
Platforming.
Ow. Fuck. I didn't expect that to hit me.
So you said you haven't beaten the game, but have you gotten close?
Yeah, I've gotten close, but this is with the DLCs. This is a difficult game. The DLCs kick it up a notch.
Yeah.
The last one especially.
You're a new thief.
What do you think about this area, Tucker?
Like it?
Like, it's definitely got that nice green to it.
I'm wondering why you used a different name for me, but alright.
Oh, I didn't. Sorry. Cursor.
No worries.
It's what? Why can't I make this jump?
Probably because you're the worst.
I am the worst.
Just a guess.
How did you know?
Experience, mostly.
I am not too good at games like these, but it's one of those, you know, if you die 100 times, fuck it, you just keep going.
Fuck it, I'm
You'll
going
get there
around.
eventually.
That's not a round. How do I get up here?
You must unlock double jump, I'm thinking. Is there a double jump?
There is.
Haha.
Halfway through the game.
Hmm.
I know what I need to do. You, come here. Oi. Oi. Ow. What? Bullshit.
Conversation.
Yeah, conversation.
Indeed.
Topics.
Brock, what's your opinion on peanuts?
I absolutely love and adore peanuts. They're a great source of energy, and they're delicious to boot. It just really sucks that they kill some of us.
Do you think humankind should declare recompense for those humans lost by peanuts?
No.
No, you don't think we should declare war on peanuts?
Oh, certainly not. It's not the peanuts' fault. We
It's
have
interest-
ways. We have since discovering such unfortunate occurrences, we have ways to fix them. So if they don't get fixed, it's either just a sad accident or pure stupidity.
What's your opinion on natural selection?
Like peanuts, I find it quite delicious, and it's usually either terrible accidents or pure stupidity.
That's great.
Well, we've had some success with microdosing peanuts to people and eliminating their allergies years later.
Yeah, bodies can be conditioned and strengthened, and we do generally respond to therapies of most types.
Makes
But
me wonder
they
what
don't
else we
always
could
help
get used
everybody.
to.
But yeah, our bodies are quite adaptive. I mean, you know, look into the medical field for all sorts of neat, fascinating ways that human bodies have recovered.
I've also increased the amount of time humans can live before death, usually. People used to live in their 30s, 50s if they were
Right.
lucky, and now we can live into our 80s. I wonder if by the time I'm old, if 100 will be the average.
I don't want to live
yeah.
till I'm 100. I want to die at the
I-
nice old age of 32.
That's a shame. 'Cause I want to see what humanity becomes.
I mean, if we keep on the trends that we've been on, I don't know how I feel about that. But as we discussed earlier, despite all the horrible things that keep happening to it and the pits I keep throwing it in, somehow this hope keeps showing up. And I don't know what the fuck to do with it. But maybe one day it will turn out right.
Tiny bit of hope that usually goes away after a while, yeah. But
You
it
know,
depends.
say,
It
that's
depends.
life. That's what all the people say.
It's one of those things where I know what we could do to be better, but I don't see anybody actually doing it, and I don't have the money or power to make it happen.
Some people are kind of, sort of doing things for us and things in general all over the country, like now and stuff. And even though it really does seem useless, and it might still be useless vote, I guess. I don't know.
The saddest things I see are a lack of interest in science and a lack of literacy, believe it or not.
And that's by design. And
Yeah. I firmly believe if people knew, if they just learned how bad things really are, we could do something to fix it. But people are happy living ignorantly. As long as nothing negative affects them, they don't care what happens to the rest of us.
see, you kind of hit a sort of good point. Especially these last 4 years have kind of proven it. It's not even necessarily about whether or not they're getting hurt. In many cases, it's about the right people getting hurt, which is the extra terrible part.
What they don't realize is that they get hurt as well in the long run, but they
Right.
can't see it, but they blame someone else for it. There's that ignorance there. Some of it's welfare ignorance, some of it's not. Our education system's obviously broken.
The classic instance of folks voting for somebody who's against social security programs and other social safety nets because it helps black people and other minorities. But then, lo and behold, well, there goes your Medicaid and shit too, bro.
Yeah.
And they don't even think
Tribalism.
twice about it.
Tribalism's the problem. It's always us versus them, and I don't like that. I think we need at least 3, maybe 4 political parties that could actually compete well enough.
All I gotta say about the two-party system is this. From the very beginning, even those piece of shit white supremacist bastards that wrote the Constitution and started this great country of ours said that the two-party system was a bad idea.
Very much so, yes. And they were also secular as hell. Very
Also,
clear separation
praise
of
the
church and
founding
state.
fathers. Also, but
Right.
they're not really good people.
Right, but secular, the whole separation of church and state, and yet
Yeah, that's a big
recent
problem.
politicians have taken advantage of the whole religious thing.
What year again was it when they added under God to the fucking Pledge of Allegiance?
I don't know, but they never should have done that. Like, you're
I remember
free
it was
to
during my childhood, I believe.
you're free to follow whatever religion you want, but it should absolutely stay out of politics and have no
Right.
no bearing on that whatsoever. Which contributed to certain individuals following a certain political party without really paying attention to what they're doing.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with
So-
religion, I'll emphasize that, but it has no place in politics whatsoever, and unfortunately, health itself has been politicized
Yeah.
at this point, and it's health, religion, it's all
God,
intertwined,
could
and
you
it's
imagine?
a mess.
Oh, remember that one time that one president had polio and did a bunch of great shit, kinda, sorta?
Kinda,
Good
sorta.
times, right?
Yeah, the one president that had like 4 terms and
Doesn't
then died.
necessarily mean good, but you know, the whole Voldemort great and terrible thing, but however you feel about what he did, one thing,
He did a lot of good,
you can't deny
to
that
be honest.
health
but-
wasn't a factor of it, though. Didn't fucking hold him back.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Each
even
case
the
is
health
different.
is a thing. But I
I
will
think-
also cede to the other side of that, though, is there is a point where health can become a factor, and you're not suited for responsibilities.
The problem is we've all become a cult of personality. Nobody cares about the actual issues anymore because the general public just doesn't care to look anything up anymore. They believe whatever corresponds with their views of reality as opposed to reality itself.
Again, that's kind of a by design thing. A lot of times it's made so difficult to discern what is actually the truth that it's become normal to just accept what is easiest to believe.
Part of the problems with the education system, we're not skeptical enough. Healthy skepticism, open-minded skepticism, that's what we
Critical
need.
thinking.
Critical thinking, definitely. There's too much blind obedience. And they don't realize it. That's the worst part. They have no idea that they're being manipulated. It's hard to admit that you've been tricked or that you're wrong.
Certainly.
But instead of admitting that and moving on, most people are afraid of admitting that they're wrong, and I don't understand why. I guess some people belittle them, which is wrong, of course. But there's no shame in being wrong about something. Just, it's okay to be wrong every now and then.
What's
You
that
can
thing
always-
about 99 different ways not to make a light bulb?
Yeah.
Right? I mean, you gotta try and try until you figure it out, or something. Edison.
Except Edison was also kind of a piece of shit, but yeah.
Well, back to them piece of shit founding fathers of ours, right?
Right, no, he just hired geniuses to figure out problems for him. His genius was in creating the copyright,
Yeah,
owning intellectual property and whatnot.
which is a whole terrible thing in and of itself, and the source of many problems nowadays, particularly for streamers and YouTubers and such.
Gotten a little out of control, yes.
Just a little.
So anyway, how are you doing with this boss? Pretty badass fight.
I'm saving a man who's gonna hate me for it. Or rather, I'm gonna hate him for saving... I don't like this man, I don't know why I'm saving him.
Then don't.
You know what? You're right, fuck him.
Altruism is rarely rewarded, but
In fact, he's a boss later. A really big pain in the ass.
Unfortunately, despite my continuous persistence in it, nice guys do seem to finish last.
And I actually think I'm gonna kill it. I am exhausted.